Imagine if you had a map of the future, a kind of guide that showed you what will happen in the world. What if I told you that Nostradamus, a famous seer from the past, left predictions that still surprise us today with their accuracy? In today's video, guided by the incredible Dolores Cannon, we will discover what Nostradamus saw for June 2024. And I promise, it's something that will shock everyone. Now think about how it would be to know about major and transformative events before they happen. Does that scare you? If so, don't worry, you're not alone. It's natural to feel a bit anxious when thinking about the unknown. But here's the good news. Understanding these predictions can help us better prepare for what's to come. We're not just talking about a distant future. We're talking about changes that could affect our lives and the lives of everyone around us very soon. In this video, we will create a deep connection with Nostradamus's visions. We will dive together into these predictions and discover not only the challenges that June 2024 may bring, but also the opportunities. Knowing what's ahead can be a little scary, but it's also incredibly empowering. Preparing for the future is like putting together a puzzle. Each piece we place helps us see the whole picture more clearly. So, if you're curious, anxious, or even a little worried about what the future holds, stay with me. Let's explore these predictions together and find ways to turn any fear into positive action. Join me on this journey through time, and let's discover how we can use knowledge of the future to improve our present. But first, just check if you're already subscribed to the channel, because the next videos will be a series of content that will help you improve your spiritual life. Fulfilled predictions. Have you ever heard of a man named Nostradamus? He lived many years ago, about 400 years ago. Nostradamus was very special because he could make predictions, meaning he said things that were going to happen in the future. And many of those things really happened, which still surprises many people today. One of the events that Nostradamus predicted was a very large earthquake in Japan, in the Ishikawa region. And believe it or not, on January 1st, 2024, an earthquake actually occurred there. This earthquake was very strong, with a magnitude of 7.5, and unfortunately, many people lost their lives. Exactly as Nostradamus had said so many years ago, 55 people died because of this earthquake. Isn't that really impressive? Just imagine a person from so many years ago being able to predict something so specific and so serious. Many people are truly amazed by Nostradamus' ability to know about these events before they happened. Even today, his predictions are still studied and make people curious about how he could know so many things. This story makes us think about how some people can have really special abilities, and how sometimes the past can tell us stories about the future. And even though it is a bit sad to think about disasters like this earthquake, it is also interesting to see how Nostradamus' predictions remain relevant and make us reflect on many things. Less prophecies. Now, let me tell you more about a very special book called Less Prophecies, which was written by Nostradamus back in 1555. That was a very, very long time ago. Nostradamus wrote this book to share his predictions, meaning he was telling what he thought would happen in the future. In this book, Nostradamus made many surprising predictions, and one of them was about a great earthquake and a tsunami in Japan in 2024. A tsunami is a huge wave that can be very destructive, and Nostradamus said that this tsunami would destroy homes and cause a lot of sorrow, killing hundreds of people. It's very sad to think about, but it's impressive how he could predict something so specific many years before it happened. Thinking that someone wrote down their ideas in a book centuries ago, and we can still read and learn from them today, is fascinating. It shows how powerful and enduring words and ideas can be. Less Prophecies is like a time capsule, holding secrets from the past that speak about the future. It's important to remember that even though some of these predictions are scary, they also help us think about how we are taking care of our planet and each other. Knowing about these predictions can inspire us to act better and perhaps even change the future to be a safer and happier place for everyone. It's amazing to think that someone from so long ago still has so much to teach us, isn't it? And if you want to know more about other predictions of Nostradamus or more details about this book, You can always ask someone to read it with you or look for more information. Stories like these make us curious and eager to learn more about the world around us. Linguistic complexity. Imagine trying to read a book written in 4 different languages at the same time. It sounds pretty complicated, doesn't it? Well, that's exactly what happens with Nostradamus's predictions. He wrote his predictions using a mix of various languages: Greek, Italian, Provençal, an old language from France, and Latin. Because of this, understanding what he really meant in his book, Les Prophéties, is like solving a huge linguistic puzzle. Now, you might be wondering why Nostradamus decided to do this. Well, some people think he used these different languages to make his predictions more mysterious and harder to understand. Maybe he wanted only very studious and curious people to be able to uncover his secrets. Or perhaps he wanted to protect his ideas so that only the right people could interpret them at the right time. All this mystery makes many people around the world interested in learning more about Nostradamus and trying to decipher his words. Each language he chose to use adds a different layer of meaning and a unique challenge for the reader. It's like a detective game, where each clue can lead to new discoveries. Deciphering these languages is not just an exercise in translation. It's also a journey through the history and culture of different eras. Learning about these languages can help us better understand not only Nostradamus's predictions, but also how people thought and lived in his time. Understanding Nostradamus's predictions is an exciting challenge that invites people of all ages to explore, question, and learn. Who knows, by studying Nostradamus's words, you might also become a bit of a detective and a bit of a historian, diving into the languages and mysteries of the past to uncover the secrets of the future. Contribution of Dolores Cannon. Imagine someone who spent their whole life trying to understand great mysteries, as if we were part of a grand adventure. That person is Dolores Cannon. She was an explorer of the memories and stories people carry from their past lives. It's not like a backpack we carry on our shoulders, but rather hidden memories within us that can tell stories from a very, very long time ago. Dolores used something called hypnosis to help people remember these past lives. It sounds like magic, but it's a special technique that helps the mind relax so much that it starts to tell stories we didn't even know we remembered. With this, Dolores discovered many incredible things about the past, and some of them even helped to better understand Nostradamus's predictions. For example, through her hypnosis sessions, Dolores managed to have ordinary people converse with Nostradamus. That's right, she guided people into such a deep state of relaxation that they could talk with Nostradamus, even though he lived hundreds of years ago. These conversations were so special that Dolores wrote books about them, called Conversations with Nostradamus. In these books, she shares the visions Nostradamus had about the future and how they are still relevant to us today. Dolores's work is fascinating not only for taking us on journeys through time, but also for showing how past experiences can influence our present and even our future. She opened doors for us to understand that there may be more things between heaven and earth than our limited philosophy can imagine. Now, whenever we think of Dolores Cannon, we can imagine a person with a lantern, illuminating dark paths of the past, helping to bring to light deep truths that were hidden. And through her work, we can see that the past, present, and future might be more connected than we imagine. So have you ever heard about any of Nostradamus's predictions? Leave a comment, and we'll respond to everyone. Dialogues with Nostradamus. Nostradamus is known for his predictions, but did you know that he also had incredible conversations with a woman in the 1980s through Dolores Cannon's hypnosis sessions? That's right, let's explore this fascinating story. Imagine you have the chance to go back in time and talk to one of the most mysterious people in history, Nostradamus. It sounds like something out of a movie, doesn't it? But that's exactly what happened during a hypnosis session conducted by Dolores Cannon. One of her clients was hypnotized and, somehow, managed to return to 16th century France, where Nostradamus was alive and working on his famous predictions. During this time travel, the woman not only met Nostradamus, but also had the chance to learn directly from him. She described in detail what life was like at that time and how Nostradamus created his predictions. She talked about the environment, the methods he used, and even about Nostradamus's emotions and thoughts. This is extraordinary because it gives us a very personal and intimate view of what it was really like to be Nostradamus, something history books cannot offer. This unique experience also allowed the woman to better understand Nostradamus's predictions, which are often written in a complex and difficult-to-interpret manner. With Dolores Cannon's help, this time travel helped illuminate some of Nostradamus's more obscure predictions, making them more accessible to people today. Moreover, this story shows us the incredible power of the human mind and how, sometimes, we can connect with the past in ways we never imagined possible. Through Dolores's hypnosis techniques, it was possible not only to learn about the past, but also to feel what it was like to live in that time and to converse with one of history's most enigmatic figures. This experience is a fascinating reminder that there are many ways to explore and understand history, and that sometimes the answers to great mysteries can come from places we least expect. And who knows, perhaps there are more secrets from the past waiting to be discovered in incredible ways like this. Foreseen historical events. Nostradamus is world-renowned for his predictions. But did you know he also predicted historical events with uncanny accuracy? Let's dive into this fascinating aspect of his prophecies. One of Nostradamus's most famous predictions was the Great Fire of London, which occurred in 1666. Imagine this. A small fire starts in a bakery on Pudding Lane and soon transforms into a massive blaze that consumes much of the city. The flames spread rapidly, destroying buildings, homes, and forever altering the landscape of London. Nostradamus had written about this in his verses many years before it happened. But how did he make these predictions? Many believe Nostradamus had a special talent for seeing patterns and connecting historical and astronomical events, which helped him foresee the future. He observed the sky, studied the stars, and wrote his thoughts in quatrains, which are 4-line poems. These quatrains are like riddles, filled with symbolism and imagery that can be interpreted in various ways. Another historical event he predicted was the rise of Adolf Hitler to power in Europe. Nostradamus used the term Hister in one of his quatrains, which many interpret as a reference to the Danube River near where Hitler was born. He described a figure who would rise from the depths of poverty to command a powerful army and captivate many people with his oratory. These predictions show how Nostradamus somehow sensed the currents of history before they happened. It makes us wonder, did he truly see the future? Or was he just incredibly skilled at interpreting the signs of his times and projecting them forward? Nostradamus's prophecies about such events make us reflect on the power of intuition and observation. They also invite us to look at current and future events with a more questioning eye, pondering how today's decisions can impact tomorrow's world. I noticed you haven't left a like yet, which is very important for YouTube to deliver our content and continue helping you. So please, leave a like on this video. It's free. Predictions for 2024. Nostradamus not only predicted specific events, but also spoke about enormous changes that would affect the entire world. One of his predictions for the year 2024 is particularly grim and filled with challenges. He mentioned that we would face major environmental and social problems, such as droughts, floods, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions. Let's understand better what this means. Imagine the planet Earth as a big house where we all live. Now think of this house going through a tough time, with many parts of it breaking down simultaneously. Droughts lead to a shortage of water for everyone. Floods destroy homes and lands. Earthquakes shake cities, and volcanic eruptions spread ash into the air. It's a pretty complicated scenario, isn't it? Nostradamus said that all these natural disasters would have a huge impact on people's lives. Many would have to leave their homes and look for new places to live, seeking safety and resources to survive. This would cause a significant shift in how societies function, and many would have to adapt to new realities. Besides environmental challenges, Nostradamus also predicted social and economic problems. He spoke about food shortages and the rising prices of essential items like wheat and honey. This means that many people would struggle to get food and other basic necessities, which could lead to tensions and conflicts among people. These predictions are a reminder that we must take good care of our planet and each other. Nostradamus calls us to pay attention to the signs of nature and work together to find solutions to the problems that may arise. It's as if he is telling us that being prepared is better than being caught by surprise. Nostradamus's visions encourage us to think about how we can improve our relationship with nature and our community. They challenge us to be more responsible and caring so that we can face the challenges the future holds together. So, what do you think of these predictions? Do they make you think about what we can do now to help our planet and our society? Political prediction. Did you know that Nostradamus also made predictions about very important people? One of these predictions is about Vladimir Putin, the leader of Russia. Nostradamus said that in 2024, Putin's health would be in danger, and this would bring many changes. Imagine you are the leader of a huge country, responsible for many people and important decisions. Now, imagine you get sick and can't take care of all these responsibilities. It's a difficult situation, isn't it? This is what Nostradamus predicted for Putin. He said that Putin's health would deteriorate, and this would have a significant impact not only on Russia but in many other parts of the world. The health of a leader is very important because it affects how a country is governed. If the leader is not well, someone else might need to make decisions, and this can change many things. In Putin's case, Nostradamus also mentioned that someone would try to take advantage of this situation. This person would be very close to Putin and would try to use the situation to gain more power. This creates a kind of mystery, like a suspense movie where everyone is trying to figure out who the character is that could change the story. Nostradamus makes us think about how events can unfold in unexpected ways and how the actions of a single person can have very large effects. Moreover, the prediction suggests that changes in Russia's leadership could make the political and social environment more unstable. This means that people in Russia and other countries could feel the effects of these changes, influencing everything from the economy to international relations. Nostradamus challenges us to think about the importance of leadership and the health of leaders. He reminds us that in a connected world, what happens to an important person in one country can affect many other people around the globe. So, what do you think about this prediction? It shows how the history of a country can be influenced by many factors, including the health of its leader. Global transformations. Nostradamus had a very broad vision of the world, and one of his predictions for 2024 is that there will be significant changes in the global economy. He specifically mentioned that India would become a very important player on the world stage. Let's explore what this means. Imagine the world as a large board game where each country is a player. Each player has different resources and powers, and they are always moving and making plays to become stronger. Nostradamus predicted that in 2024, India would make very smart moves and become one of the most influential players in this game. But why India? Well, India is a country with a large population and many resources. They have an economy that is growing rapidly, and many important technology companies are based there. Nostradamus saw that India would use these advantages to gain more influence and power in the world. He also spoke about how these changes would affect other parts of the world. For example, as money and power begin to shift, people in other countries might lose faith in their leaders, and the value of their currencies could decrease. This is like in the board game where some players start losing important pieces and have to figure out new strategies to stay strong. This prediction by Nostradamus makes us think about how the economies of countries are all interconnected like a big puzzle. When one country becomes stronger, it can affect all the other countries in various ways, such as in how we trade or travel around the world. The idea that India could lead some of these changes is really interesting because it shows extraterrestrial contacts. Imagine discovering that we are not alone in the universe and that there are other civilizations on other planets. Nostradamus made an exciting prediction for 2024, saying that we would begin to establish communication with beings from other planets. let's explore this fascinating idea. Think of the universe as a gigantic ocean, full of unknown islands. So far, we only know our own island, Earth. But Nostradamus said that in 2024, we would finally start sending messages and receiving responses from other islands in space. This would be a monumental discovery, changing everything we know about life and our place in the universe. Nostradamus spoke about creating a psychic bond among all the people in the world, which would help us communicate better with each other and with these extraterrestrial beings. Imagine if we could understand other people's feelings and thoughts without even speaking. This would help reduce conflicts and increase cooperation, not only here on Earth, but also in our interactions with beings from other planets. This communication with extraterrestrials would not just be an exchange of information. It would also be an opportunity to learn about advanced technologies, other forms of life, and even the cosmos in a deeper way. It would be like a new door to knowledge and adventure opening before us. Nostradamus predicted that this event would provoke a paradigm shift in human consciousness. People would start thinking and talking more about spirituality, extraterrestrial life, and the connection between all things. It would be a time of great reflection and questioning about what it really means to be human, and how we should deal with the discovery that we are not alone in the universe. This prediction invites us to dream about the infinite possibilities that the future can bring. It is a reminder that the universe is vast and full of mysteries, and we are just beginning to explore the secrets it holds. So, what do you think about this idea of starting to communicate with other civilizations in 2024? Does this prediction excite you about the possible discoveries and new knowledge that could emerge? Before ending this chapter, dare to uncover the enigmatic truth hidden in your own hands. What secrets lie beneath the M mark engraved on your palm? Click now to unveil the chilling revelation that will send shivers down your spine and make you question everything you thought you knew. But beware, for some mysteries should remain hidden, or not.